Let's go over some of the most popular areas within the Philadelphia suburbs. We'll go over the location of these areas, what makes these towns so great, some of the pros, but also some cons. Make sure to stick till the end so you don't miss out on any single one of these great areas. I'm Cory Benhardt, your Philadelphia Suburbs Realtor, and let's get started with number one. Starting out with Doylestown, Pennsylvania. You might have heard me talk about Doylestown on other videos before. With the location of Doylestown, which is north of Philadelphia and about a 45 to 60 minute drive commute time, depending on the time of day and the traffic. Doylestown is such a small, very popular courthouse town. The Bucks County Courthouse is right in the center of Doylestown. The Doylestown population is just over 8,000 residents. Some of the pros of Doylestown is the walkability in and around the center of Doylestown. Doylestown is very close to Lake Galena, which offers tons of hiking and walking paths, but also fishing and boating as well. Doylestown is home to one of the best hospitals in all of Pennsylvania, and I wouldn't be doing you justice if I didn't tell you about the Doylestown DART, which is Doylestown's transportation system in and around the Doylestown area. You can just about go anywhere for only $1, so it's very convenient if you're going out into the heart of Doylestown for maybe nightlife or a day full of shopping. The Doylestown DART is very, very convenient. Some cons of Doylestown are the average home price is pretty high compared to other areas, but also the overall cost of living and the desirability of Doylestown, which then raises the cost of living. But also one last con is depending on the time of day and the day of the week, you might find that traffic is an issue in and around the center of Doylestown, right around the courthouse, because the courthouse does bring in a lot of people each and every day from outside of Doylestown. Speaking of the median home price, the average home price throughout Doylestown is $475,000, but I believe that is a bit skewed just because Doylestown does offer condos and townhomes as well, so that price is kind of all included no matter what home style. So if you were just looking at single family detached homes, the average price is closer to about $580,000. The shopping and dining scene specifically in and around the center of Doylestown area is probably one of the best in the entire area. There's so many different dining and shopping options in Doylestown, and from all of the ones that I've tried, and I have tried a lot of them, all of the food is absolutely amazing. From all different cuisines and all different styles, there's pretty much every type of food in the downtown Doylestown area that you can really imagine. Another great thing about the center of town shopping and dining scene in Doylestown is you won't see any big box stores, any chain restaurants, nothing like that at all. Everything in the downtown Doylestown area is all mom and pop, locally owned, which is great in my opinion. The Doylestown residents and everybody that comes to Doylestown really finds great value in having most of Doylestown all locally owned. And now moving over to the grocery stores in Doylestown, there's a great mix between locally owned grocery stores and also big chain grocery stores as well. When it comes to locally owned, we have McCafferty's, which is right in the center of Doylestown and offers amazing produce. So if you happen to move or just visit in Doylestown, I would highly suggest to check out McCafferty's. But we also have Giant, Acme, Weiss, and there's a Walmart not too far away as well. According to niche.com, Doylestown has an overall A rating with an A+ public school rating, along with a C+ housing rating and a C cost of living rating. We can also see that Doylestown is rated as the 26th best place to retire in all of Pennsylvania. All right, next up we have Lansdale, Pennsylvania, which is northwest of the Center City, Philadelphia area and is about a 45 to 60 minute commute depending on time of day and traffic. But Lansdale also has a train line that shoots right into the center downtown Philadelphia area, which may be quicker. The Lansdale area has a population of 16,000 residents. A couple of the major pros about Lansdale is the overall size of the downtown Lansdale area it's much, much bigger than just a standard small town downtown area, because the Lansdale area is more spread out of a downtown area than, say, Doylestown, where it is a bit smaller. But Lansdale has great downtown walkability all throughout the large downtown area. And another pro of Lansdale is the downtown area is growing with more and more homes being built, apartment complexes, new businesses moving in, and a lot more just overall growth in the downtown Lansdale area. It seems like Lansdale is always holding some sort of event in the downtown Lansdale area, so there's always something to do. Although we're talking specifically about Lansdale, I do have to mention that only about 5 to 10 minutes outside of Lansdale is Montgomeryville, Pennsylvania, which has a ton of big box store retailers, everything from Costco to a very large mall to Dick's Sporting Goods to pretty much every restaurant that you can think of, and so many large different stores all throughout Montgomeryville. And having that only about 5 to 10 minutes outside of Lansdale is a huge plus. A couple of the cons that come with Lansdale is it could feel a bit crowded just because of the amount of people that live right in and right around the downtown Lansdale area, along with all of the different new construction, apartment complexes and homes and so on and so forth around the downtown Lansdale area, which then can result in increased traffic in the downtown Lansdale area. If you're looking for a smaller town that has plenty of things to do, but you're also looking for a town that offers a lot of parks and wide open fields and greenery, Lansdale might not be the space for you. If you're looking for a park in the Lansdale area, it is a bit of a drive. It's definitely not as spread out and green as some of the other towns that we will go over in this video. Although Lansdale is a small town suburb outside of Philadelphia, it can kind of have a bit of a city feel in the heart of Lansdale just because of the amount of people just in that one specific area. So if you're looking for more of a spread out town, but also has some, different shopping and dining options, maybe some of the towns that we'll go over later in the video might be better than Lansdale. The median home sale price in Lansdale is $370,000, and that is also taking into account all of the new construction in and around the Lansdale area. When it comes to the shopping and restaurant scene in Lansdale, it is diverse as well. It offers a lot of great mom and pop shops down in the heart of Lansdale, right on Main Street. But then if you're looking for bigger box retailers or large chain restaurants, Lansdale does have a couple, but again, you might need to drive to Montgomeryville, which has probably just about every big box and chain store that you can really think of in and around the Montgomeryville area, especially right in Montgomeryville Mall. There are a couple big grocery stores in Lansdale, such as Weis and Aldi, but if you're looking for a ton of grocery stores, you'll want to go to Montgomeryville, which is again only about 5 to 10 minutes, and they have Costco, Aldi, Wegmans, and pretty much every grocery store you can think of right in the Montgomeryville area. According to niche.com, Lansdale has an overall A rating with A+ public schools, a B rating for housing, B- for cost of living, and an A- for outdoor activities. Next on our list, we have King of Prussia, Pennsylvania, which is northwest of Philadelphia, about 40 to 50 minute commute time to Center City, Philadelphia, depending on traffic. King of Prussia has a population of over 22,000 people. The number one main pro of King of Prussia is the King of Prussia Mall, also known as KOP. This mall is absolutely insane. It is the third largest in the entire country. It has over 450 stores and 2.9 million square feet of shopping space. This mall brings people in from all over the country and honestly all over the world to King of Prussia, because this mall, you cannot even fathom it until you're truly there. One tip though, when you're coming to King of Prussia, make sure that you don't forget about the entire other side of King of Prussia Mall. So I see a lot of people go to the King of Prussia Mall, but they're only ever in one half of it. There's separated into two halves. Just to go and see the absolute size of this mall, it's just mind-blowing. So I would highly suggest taking a visit to the King of Prussia Mall, which is the main pro of King of Prussia. Some of the cons for King of Prussia is just the overall traffic in and around the mall area, as it brings in so many people each and every day, especially around the holidays. But also, as more and more people are moving to the King of Prussia area, it can feel a bit crowded and just overpopulated in some parts of King of Prussia. The median home sale price in King of Prussia is $399,000. King of Prussia does offer a wide variety of housing options, everything from a condo to a large single-family detached home. As you can probably imagine, because having the third largest mall in the country, there are a wide variety of grocery stores all throughout King of Prussia, everything from Wegmans, Aldi, Trader Joe's, Giant, and truly so much more. According to niche.com, King of Prussia has an overall A+ rating, with an A for the public schools, an A- for the housing, B+ for the jobs, and a B- for the cost of living. And here you can see that it is rated as the 7th best place to live in all of Montgomery County, which is huge because Montgomery County is actually the largest county that makes up the Philadelphia suburbs area. And next up we have New Hope, Pennsylvania, which is about a 40 to 50 minute commute to Center City, Philadelphia. It is northeast of Center City, Philadelphia. And also New Hope is only about an hour and a half to New York City as well. The population of New Hope is only about 2,500 people, so it is obviously a bit smaller, but that doesn't mean that there's nothing to do. Wait until you hear everything that New Hope has to offer. As you can probably imagine, New Hope is very desirable for those that are moving from either New York City or Philadelphia, and they're just looking for either a second home or just somewhere to move out of the cities to get away from the hustle and bustle and the overcrowdedness and move into a smaller city that has plenty of options and things to do in and around the New Hope area. Some of the pros of New Hope is that it is right on the Delaware River, so it has plenty of walking paths, trails, hiking, there's fishing, boating, swimming, everything that you can imagine that a large river would offer. New Hope has it. And right across the bridge from New Hope is Lambertville, New Jersey, which is another great small town. But the New Hope area, again, has plenty of nature and water sport options, but also New Hope also has a very popular downtown area that has a lot of all different breweries, restaurants, locally owned mom and pop shopping, and a ton of all different things to do. Some of the cons of New Hope are, since it is right on the Delaware River, New Hope has had some issues with flooding a couple times over the years. So if you're moving to New Hope, please make sure to ask your real estate agent if your potential new home is in a flood zone or not. Another con of New Hope is the high housing costs and the high overall cost of living, just because of the sheer desirability of New Hope. But I will add, if you're moving from an expensive state or one of the large metropolitan cities, you will find that New Hope might not be too high of a cost of living, and you might actually find that you'll get more bang for your buck in New Hope compared to where you're moving from. So obviously, depending on where you're moving from, that's how you can just kind of decide if New Hope is truly very high or not too bad at all. And now moving over to the median sales price of a home in New Hope, which is around $730,000. Again, since New Hope does offer a wide variety of housing options, from condos to row homes all the way up to large estates, the number is a bit skewed. So if we're looking at solely the average median sales price of a home just for large single-family detached homes, the average price is closer to $800,000 for the large detached homes. You'll find that there is a great mix between resale homes that have been there for many years, since New Hope is a historic town, but you'll also find that New Hope is very somewhat up and coming just when it comes to the amount of new construction homes that you'll find in and around New Hope as well. The shopping and restaurant scene in New Hope is very diverse. Right in the downtown New Hope area, there are tons of different shopping, dining, breweries, coffee shops. New Hope has an amazing nightlife, and pretty much everything within that downtown New Hope area that you would be looking for, you would pretty much find. Another thing about the downtown New Hope area is New Hope is known as a very creative and artist-filled town. You'll definitely find some street artists and some street performers in the New Hope area, which is a great addition to the downtown New Hope feel. Unfortunately, you won't find too many grocery stores in and around New Hope. You'll also find a McCafferty's in New Hope, which we also talked about in Doylestown as well, which is a locally owned grocery store, but New Hope also has a Giant as well. According to niche.com, let's take a look and see what New Hope is rated. Niche gives New Hope an overall A- rating with an A+ public school, a C for the housing, a C for the cost of living, and an A for the outdoor activities, probably due to the Delaware River and all of the walking paths and trails around the Delaware River. And that's our list for the most popular towns within the Philadelphia suburbs. If any of these towns have caught your eye and you want to know more information about any of these towns, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're moving to the Philadelphia metro area, I would love to be a real estate resource of choice. Please don't hesitate to reach out, and I will see you on this next video.